pushing DeFiChain to $50 through entrance into foreign markets. Today, we are very proud to introduce to you the strategy we outlined to enter foreign markets with DeFiChain. To start with, the whole concept was to study and to get an idea why DeFiChain is successful in the first place, and then to work out a strategy how to apply the same strategy that already worked in order to enter foreign markets. Let me start by a little disclaimer. It's all about marketing. If we look at Tesla and Elon Musk, people don't buy Tesla because a Tesla is the best product. They buy it because it's got the best marketing. They buy it because Elon is putting a Tesla into a space shuttle, rocking it to Mars. It's all about marketing. DeFiChain has a very good product. It's almost done. We're going to start stock trading. The product is launching. We need more, better, and diversified marketing. Now, I will just start by telling you the status quo. How is DeFiChain working right now? Unfortunately, we all have to confess that DeFiChain mostly is only used in the German community. That means Germany, Austria, Switzerland. And additionally, with the launch of the fourth canning update that we are all very excited to see, inflation will be increased. That means the block reward for each new block, currently at 330 DFI, will be increased to 440 DFI, which means we have 100 more DFI per block, increasing inflation. That means if we want to offset those forces of inflation, because we all want to see higher DeFi prices, we need fresh capital. And fresh capital can only enter with existing users, which is very unlikely because existing users already are in the market. They're probably not going to enter with new fresh capital, or it can enter through new users. And that's exactly the approach that we think is the most promising one, to focus on new users, getting new users from different markets into DeFiChain, enabling more fresh capital. Therefore, we want to enter the Spanish, French, and African markets by building up crypto communities, educating people about cryptocurrencies, about DeFi, and then presenting DeFiChain as the most promising solution. The whole objective is to reach the tipping point, to reach the critical mass of users, to make this thing skyrocket. And after all, we want to push DeFiChain to $50. The most important thing when you have such a big objective in mind is to understand how come the success we already had. Where does it come from? And if we are honest, the reason that we are only represented in the German-speaking community is because the most important figure concerning the onboarding so far has been Julian Hosp. He's got the biggest crypto community in the German-speaking audience. He's got about 50,000 Twitter followers. He's got about 190,000 followers on YouTube and a very large Facebook group with about 50,000 followers as well. That means his approach was making people #CryptoFit. He gave them crypto education. Then he educated them about DeFi, how it works, what it is supposed to do. And then he gave them DeFiChain as the solution for the problem. If we now want to enter a foreign market, we don't believe that the most promising strategy is to pay influencers that they will report about us, simply because it is very capital inefficient and you hardly cannot pay it. We believe the most promising approach to enter a foreign market is to repeat exactly the process that already worked in the current market, which means giving people crypto education and then bringing them to DeFi. Therefore, as you can already imagine, this cannot be done by myself. I teamed up with 2 colleagues. I will just very shortly start with my own introduction. My name is Balthasar. I'm studying business administration, and because my studies don't fulfill me, I'm trying to give as much value to the DeFiChain community as possible, because I believe that DeFi, decentralized finance, is here to stay. DeFi is going to change the way how we interact with the banking system, and I very much want to pursue this mission. Then my other colleague is Lucas Rickenlieder. He is a student of business and economics. I choose Lucas because he already got a lot of experience in terms of strategy and analytic work. During his studies, he already worked at Icons, which is a student consultancy, and then he already got some experience working for business consulting as well, which is very important because he does all the strategy work. Additionally, like I already mentioned before, it's all about marketing. Hence, I need somebody to do the marketing. Therefore, I teamed up with Peter Dienert. Peter is an absolute marketing expert. He knows exactly how to get into those foreign markets. He knows how to use YouTube ads. He knows how to use advertisement on social media. He knows how to present the ads in a very attractive way to get those people. Now, Lucas is going to continue to present some of his analysis.
Thanks for the good introduction, Balti. All right, so here I just showed our project approach. In the first step, we analyzed a lot. We looked at a lot of data, researched a lot. In the first step, we did a market analysis. We looked at the markets, looked how DeFiChain is already represented in the market. Are there already masternodes or users in the markets? Then we looked, okay, how's the crypto awareness, DeFi awareness and adoption in general? Are there a lot of users? Is there potential for DeFiChain? In the end, we tried to consolidate the data and figure out how big the market potential for DeFiChain is in the respective market. In the next step, we did a target group analysis where we tried to define, okay, how could we cluster the target groups? Which types of personas do we see? And how can we reach those? Because different target groups need different channels and different content to reach them the best. That was the first step of our approach. Based on those 2 steps, we developed a strategy for each market. So really individual strategy per market with appropriate weighting of social media channels and different budgeting and different short and long-term growth measures. Additionally, we did get in contact with our partners and acquired them. And we developed a roadmap and defined deliverables. So what do we want to reach in the project? And the last step where we already started is the realization implementation, where we just launch what we planned before. So like Balti already said, we want to establish crypto communities in the target markets with our partners, prepare up YouTube channels with content about crypto, educate people about crypto, and also focus on DeFiChain later on. We want to support the influencers with the content creation. We are doing Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They are only recording the videos. We are doing the rest. And of course, we are always doing performance analysis, and based on those results, we improve our strategy from the beginning on. So it's like a cycle, you could say. On the next slide, you will see how our scope. So we want to enter the French, the Spanish, and the African market in the first place. And later on, we want to expand into Russia and India too. And maybe later on also some other countries, but for now, that's our scope. So on the next slide, we just showed how our market analysis looks like. It's just a short extract. So for example, why do we think Africa is an important continent to be present for DeFiChain? So first of all, financial infrastructure. people in Africa are underserved by traditional financial service. For example, a lot of people don't even have a bank account, or the number of commercial banks is way lower. And yeah, you sometimes pay like a lot of fees. For example, transfer money from South Africa to Zambia is like 18% fee, which is insane. Additionally, political instability and high inflation, like general economic outlook, is not good there. So the demand for alternatives to classic fiat currency is really, really high. And you can already see it in the transaction volume. The total cryptocurrency transaction volume in Africa grew over 1,200% in 2020, which is a lot. So there you can definitely see there is a lot of growth, there is a lot of potential, and you really have to be present there. Just look at other projects like Cardano. If we are not in those countries, we are missing out. Of course, on the next slide, you can see the Spanish market, which is kind of self-explaining. Why should we represent it? Should we be there? On the blue map, you can see the masternodes of DeFiChain. There's already a bunch of masternodes in Spain and also in Latin America. But it's definitely not everything. We have still a lot of potential. We still have a lot of room to grow there. And yeah, why is it important? Crypto awareness in Spain is really high. It's above the European average. The whole DeFi boom is really, really big. And we don't have a lot of competition there. There's not a similar project like DeFiChain there. The most famous one is probably UBI, Universal Basic Income. We already did a video about that with our influencer in Sophia. And yeah, we try to identify local trends and build up on them. So last but not least, we got, next slide, please. We got France. It's also kind of self-explaining. France is almost like the Dachraum. It's a pretty similar market. So yeah, it's probably pretty easy to enter, I would say. Probably the most easy one, because we already know a lot of people in France, and there's a very, very big DeFi community there. So La DeFi en France, the screenshot in the middle, it's a big community with enthusiasts that all do a lot of events and stuff. So we try to get in there. We are already in contact with those guys, and that's a big opportunity to really push DeFiChain fast and efficient. And yeah, down there you can see the target group. I found it in the study, was quite interesting. And yeah, here you can see how we clustered the target group overall, like not for a general market, but in the first step we thought, okay, how could we cluster it not in a single market? On the one side, we got like the young students that want to have passive income, want to reach financial freedom. They want to escape the classic working life, kind of. They have little money and a little income, but they want high yields. They want time effectiveness, so fast videos like Reels on Instagram and Shorts on YouTube. They want fast results, so like staking reports and stuff. It's really good there. They use the classic channels: Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, of course. On the other side, we see the workers, the adults, kind of. They're already fully integrated into the business life, have a lot of income, a lot of money to invest. They want to have a simple UI and UX. They want to have little risk and instructions. So for example, recording a YouTube video and explaining how can I invest in a liquidity pool, what are decentralized stocks, stuff like we are doing already with the crypto education channels. But really telling them what the risk is there. And yeah, so the focus is a little bit different. Then we have the digital nomads. They are really, really educated about crypto and the whole financial system. They know a lot about finance and blockchain and crypto. So there you really have to talk about the fundamentals of the project and describe the project with the quality of it. So tokenomics and stuff like that. And yeah, those approaches are a little bit different for those target groups, depending on how much of those three clusters we see in the respective market. We changed our strategy. So the marketing approach was different, the budgeting was different. And of course, in each market, the target groups differ a lot. But just so you see and get our idea what we are thinking, okay? Different target groups, different approaches are needed for the respective markets. Yeah, thanks a lot. Now I will give my word to Peter.
I will introduce to you now the influencer portfolio, and I will introduce to you our marketing strategy. So here on the first hand, we have Sophia, the crypto girl. You probably already know her from her videos. Then we have Jordan, Alui, and Balthasar. What you have made already recognized is that Sophia from Argentina, Jordan from Venezuela, and Alui from Senegal, they have something in common. The thing is, they come from countries where they have a quite high inflation rate and they have bad access to the banking system. So this is especially our target group. So they know what we're talking about. And that is the reason why they are 100% committed to this project. They really, really want to move something in their countries. And they are really, really stoked to do our project with us. So on the next, I will show it to you what we have already reached. So here you can see Sophia's YouTube channel. For Jordan, the same. We have introduced Instagram channels and already have Twitter accounts. On these pages, we post educational content about how Bitcoin is working, what is the technology behind it, and what is the long-term perspective. So we want to give the people a vision. We want to give them the knowledge that they need to invest. For the next, you can also see we did also the same for Balthasar and Alui. This is already working pretty good. So we already reached about 91,000 views on YouTube, and we have reached out, like now it's even more. So it's like 11, 12,000 reached accounts on Instagram. How did we do that? On the next slide, you can see our marketing strategy for that. So as I already said, we set it up YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So for that, we work on different strategies. So for YouTube, we can precisely target the people in the space. So we are running ads and doing search engine optimization. So for that, we look at precisely what is our target group, what is the demographics behind them, what are they interested in, and what are they searching for. For example, you can type in, hey, ¿qué es Bitcoin? So you get the new people in the space. They don't know anything. Then you can type in, ¿qué es DeFi? So you get the people who are already in the space, but who want to get into decentralized finance. So we spend about 300 per week since 14 days. So 300, so 600 overall, and the results are actually astonishing. So we have reached about 175 impressions and 91,000 views already. We are doing the same on Instagram, running ads, getting new people in the space, and we actually get a really good reputation for that as well. On Facebook, we want to implement the community channel, so where the community as a whole can grow together so that we get a loyal community base. Twitter functions as the up-to-date platform so that we can get our community up to date from the news, what is around the market, and educate them here as well.
All right, thanks. So here you can see our roadmap, our schedule, just to show you that we really planned out everything and we have a good plan of what we're doing. So in the first step, the analysis phase, we did all the market analysis, the target groups, and selected our partners. And we've already completed it for the 5 different markets we have in scope. Of course, later on, we want to extend the analysis into new markets, and it's an iterative approach, like I mentioned before already. In the next step, the conception, the strategy development phase, we first, we elaborated our strategy and we acquired our partners. We developed the strategy, like I mentioned before, and we will always continue to develop the strategy on and make it better. And the last step, the launch, like Peter already said, we already have some videos live. We already have the Instagram channels live, the Twitter. we actually started, because in the slide before there was written launch and the giveaway, but we are continuously, like day and night when we've got time, we're always doing Instagram, Twitter, and always pushing the social media accounts. Balti is the guy behind the videos. He's talking a lot with our partners and making sure that the content is good enough. Yeah, you can see the videos are already live for the Spanish and French and African market. We already have our portfolio, like Peter showed before. And it is really, really important for us that we receive the funding to extend our project. We really need the money to go on and develop the strategy for new countries to really make DeFiChain international. It cannot stay like it is right now, like Balti said in the beginning. Yeah, Balti, so it's your part again.
Okay, last but not least, let's talk about finance. I know this is probably the most important part for many viewers, and therefore, of course, we're going to address it. We want to set up 2 masternodes just because right now we still have insanely high RPRs. I know a lot of people in DeFi are used such high RPRs, and then a lot of people are already complaining because they are declining very fast. But if you compare it in a realistic way to finance in a whole, those RPRs are still really, really high. Therefore, we want to use this possibility to set up 2 masternodes, which will approximately generate about 5,000 euros every month. And then we can use those 5,000 euros every month to run ads. As you've already seen, we've got the content out, we have the influencers out, we have everything set up to go. The only thing we need is money. Until now, we financed with our own money just because we want to present you a product that you see can be successful, is already successful in its reach. Now, with 5,000 euros a month of financing, we can go all in terms of marketing. We can run YouTube ads, we can run Facebook ads, we can run Instagram ads. Additionally, we can set up little short-term boosters. Those short-term boosters are little competitions on YouTube where you make videos like, hey, we're giving out 500 euros in DFI, we're giving out 1,000 euros in DFI. All you have to do is like, subscribe the video and post on Instagram a picture with 3 reasons why you like DeFiChain, why you love DeFiChain, #road to50. Those short-time boosts are very efficient because we get a lot of subscribers, and additionally, we give out some money, I see, but we get people in the system. I don't know if you remember Roger Ver, the Bitcoin Jesus. All he did was running around convincing people about Bitcoin, and of course he paid out some Bitcoin to those people. So this is a very effective short-term boost, but the long-term vision is to use the money to make a steady growth. I think it is really important to focus on the long-term vision of this project, because we don't intend to push DeFi to $50 overnight with this project. I think on the short run, other projects like getting DeFiChain on the Brave browser are very, very efficient, and we really need them. But if you want to grow on the long run, you have to enter the Spanish market. You have to enter the French market. You have to enter markets that don't really speak English. And you only do that with the approach we just outlined. And because we want to get this steady, natural, healthy growth over time, we will use the rewards to pay for ads if a certain DeFi price drop occurs, or if the RPRs drop too low so we cannot finance anymore with the rewards. Of course, we will set up and we will step back and first sell one masternode to finance the advertising and then the other if needed. After all, we are very proud to present this project to you. We are very happy to hear your feedback. You can put it in the comments below. One more thing that is really important. We put a lot of effort, a lot of time into this project. We are very confident that we have a very promising value proposition for DeFiChain with our proposal to enter foreign markets. If you want to support us, it helps a lot to leave a positive comment behind on Reddit. It helps a lot to upvote this project on Reddit, because then we can present it on the DeFiChain news show. After all, some final words. Hashtag Road to 50 is a movement I want to see come true. Hashtag Road to 50 is a movement I think everybody of you wants to become reality, but it is only possible when we enter those foreign markets. Therefore, thank you a lot for your attention, and we will keep you updated.